the term branding come from? Well, of course, it comes from those blunt little instruments that they use to brand cattle and other things, or brand wood, or brand packages, or what have you. It's an iron instrument that you dip into fire, and that's what you do, okay? So the word brand, when you say brand, means this thing. That is a brand. So there's an objective nature to the word brand, okay? Think about that in terms of the type of brand we're talking about today. There's an objective quality to it. So that would be the equivalent of a logo, right? Or a name, or some brand element that stands for something that is greater than itself. That's the first meaning. The second one is, it's also the thing that you say about the mark on the cow, right? So you say, that's a brand. That's Bob's brand, or that's the TJ brand, or that's whatever, Circle Bar Ranch brand. So it refers to both things at the same time, okay? Now, let's get to the subjective side of things. Those are the objective ones. Brand is iron, brand is a mark on a cow. On the subjective side, the neat thing about what a brand is that you can't understand the use of a brand unless you understand the system in which it operates. There's an understanding among farmers within a certain area, or ranchers within a certain area, that your brand stands for this thing, and if I use your brand, I'm in trouble, right? So they have ways of codifying that, and they publish sheets that go around to all the different ranchers in the area so you know how to recognize other people's cows, okay? It's part of a simple but sophisticated system for keeping track of things, right? But it's also, and this is the thing that most people miss, it's about relationships between ranchers and cowboys. Just like a fence between you and your neighbor is not about wood, it's about an implied relationship with your neighbors. Is it keeping the dog out? Is it, protecting your privacy because you want to bathe nude in your backyard hot tub? A fence is not just a fence. A fence is a symbol of something. A brand is about making sure cowboys don't shoot each other, right? Because they think they've stolen each other's cows. It's about the practicalities of driving multiple herds into a pen and then sorting them out at the end and making sure the right people get paid for what they do, right? A brand is part of a sophisticated system, but it's about facilitating human relationships and human transactions and human business, okay? So think about that when we're talking about a brand writ large, about a practical brand that you're going to be applying to your product or service. And we'll go further than that as we go. So, how did that evolve into the type of brand that we talk about today? That's the practical brand on a cow. These are all famous brands done up as brands. But I want to point out the word metaphor. A metaphor is only as good as the latest meaning that's being applied to it. Okay? So I have a definition of brand. There's lots of definitions of brand out there. They're all metaphors. But what does the metaphor mean to you, and how are you going to apply that in your situation is really the important question. And that's where we're going to go from here. Okay? Everybody with me? All right. So, where did it go from there? How did it evolve